I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded for Democrats. I'm locked and loaded for Democrats.
I don't know why he's looking at me when he said that.
Locked and loaded for Democrats. Should that go on a t-shirt now? Maybe it will. That was a male Karen. Says he's locked and loaded for Democrats. Very proud of it, too. This is a mob mentality that we've seen, I think, so many times over and over. And it didn't just start, but the mob. Do you remember, Michael, when the '84 Olympics came to Los Angeles and there was this group think as Americans, we cheered and we were just, it was beautiful, right? We escaped reality for a period, maybe it was 2 weeks. This is a form of mob mentality, but there's these mobs are over here. It's like this New York family and that mafiosa family, and they're feuding and there's bloodshed. I don't expect you to know, but I do want you to speculate on what causes someone to proudly proclaim that when I suspect they weren't there, they may be a fan of Charlie Kirk, or they might just be a big mouth jerk who wants to pop off and scare people. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't know. I do think, having covered movements and, big and small, from MAGA, which changed the world for a period, to, smaller factions in different cities and communities, that there is a wanting to belong and a wanting to identify with a team. And then a sort of fascination with a player, with one person who is there. And it's the way a lot of people, and the professional sports leagues are struggling with this now, is that a lot of people don't follow teams. People live in different places. So if you grew up in Cleveland, there was a chance maybe 50 years ago that you'd stay in Cleveland. Now you could go to Los Angeles or Houston or London or to Nairobi. It doesn't matter. But so people follow players and not teams. It's a long way of getting to the point, which is that there's some people that capture the imagination. I think Donald Trump is one of them, of people who are looking to root for something and looking to be a part of something. And I think that his acolytes, like Charlie Kirk, are good at it. And the fact that there's a right-wing media that supports that is good for that movement. And it makes it successful, both in elections and in changing the mindset of people. And so that's what I think we're up against here. And one side has a very good grasp of how to do it. The other side can't really do it because their people and their opinions are too disparate, and they don't think that they need to be told how to think, and they don't want to be a part of something that roots for one, told who to root for, that sort of thing. So it's complicated. And like I said at the top, I don't have an answer, but those elements are all running through it constantly.
Yeah, and I'm probably wrong. I love history, but I don't claim to master it. But it's such a curious study. Remember the Heaven's Gate cult, and Hitch a Ride on a Hale-Bopp comet, or David Koresh in Waco. This was a core group of people, some not willing, but some very willing to say, we want to belong to this. Just this core group. Now there's people far and wide who are claiming and picking up arms and threatening, and I'm sure there's many times in American history this has happened, but it's just so curious for me why and how people
and
are
how they
roped
believe
into this.
They believe everything that is said because they want to believe in the person who's saying it. And you talk about Heaven's Gate, which was 24 people. You talk about the People's Temple, which was 1,000, 1,100 people in Guyana. And then you look at bigger movements throughout history, that there are things that captivate people who are looking to be captivated and want to belong. And I think that's what you have in these sense, especially young people, college-age people, the people that were at Utah Valley University and will have to live with that ugly, horrific day for the rest of their lives. They were people who were there because they believed in what this person was saying, no matter what. That disagreeing with him on one thing was a terrible way to go through life. And so there's it's part of the human experience for some people, and it's clearly been repeated enough over history that you love that it's devastating.
Yeah.